Today we're going to do a fish lasagna, which is great because you can actually get some vegetables in there. You can blitz into your tomato sauce if you wanted to get that extra nourishment in there for kids. The fish I'm using today, I have some smoked collie, cod, salmon and some prawns, and I'm going to season them up really well, and I'm going to put a nice bit of cheese into the lasagna as well. So let's get cooking. Now first we're going to make the tomato sauce for the lasagna. So a nice bit of olive oil, onion and garlic to start off with. Just spread them off a little bit. Now we're going to add in the chopped tomatoes. Break up your tomatoes a little bit. You can do dry basil or fresh basil. I'm putting some dry basil in. I think it has a nicer, stronger flavour. Salt. You might think it's a lot of salt, but I put a nice bit of salt into my tomato sauce and some castor sugar. So tomatoes are sweet. They're supposed to be sweet. So castor sugar just brings out that extra flavour in the tomatoes. And then my seasoning, of course, your cracked black pepper and your salt. I'm just going to get a little bit of water into that now, just to add another bit of liquid to it. Sometimes I put red wine into this. I love red wine. People might say, oh God, red wine with fish. I like red wine with fish. It actually goes very well. As I said before, don't be afraid to do different things. Now we're going to let him go back there, let him cook away, and when that's cooking out, I am going to start a bechamel. Nice hot pan. I showed you this before in a previous recipe. We're going to make a roux here, so oil, butter, let the butter melt down completely. Then, as I said as well, we gradually add in our flour. Just going to turn on the heat a little bit on that. So it's going to take now a little bit of flour. Oh, perfect. Move off the heat for a second. It's come together nicely. So I'm going to add in a small little bit of milk. Now we'll bring it back onto the heat. We're going to be gradually adding the milk then. As you can see, the roux is getting thicker and thicker. Just going to get a whisk for a moment to avoid getting lumps. Just up the heat again. I'm not going to put any salt into this sauce because I'm going to actually add a bit of Parmesan cheese to it, so that will give enough flavour to it as well. I might put a small bit of cracked black pepper into it, alright, but no salt. See, it's getting thick there again. Always make sure that you get to the corners of your pot as well. I know there's no corners on the pot, but you know what I mean, in and around the sides of it. Just a little bit of milk. Main thing about when you're making lasagna, make sure there's enough sauce, and it's not as bad as getting lasagna that is dry. You know, it's supposed to be saucy. My tomato is coming lovely there now. You can see it's getting nice and thick. I'm actually going to put in a bit of lemon zest now. I know this is unusual as well, but just give that nice bit of flavour as well for the fish. Now back to this fella, and I'm going to reduce the heat down on this. Thickness, I'm not going to put any more milk in the moment. We're just going to check the thickness, going to let it cook out for a little while, and we'll see how we go, because the flour has to cook out. It's like cooking bread or anything, it's just the flour has to cook out, and as it cooks it's going to get thicker, so we'll leave it there for a few minutes and just keep an eye on it. And I just want to check, see, it's after getting nice and thick. I might just add a small little bit more milk, only a tiny little bit though. I don't want it too runny either for the lasagna. Now I'm going to throw in the Parmesan cheese. That's perfect. Now I'm going to let that just melt away there, and my tomato is looking good. So the next thing then I'm going to normally you can throw the fish just into this raw, but I don't like doing that. I'm going to give it a quick pan fry. I'm going to leave my bechamel to the side, let it settle a little bit, and then it'll be time for assembling. Now just to quickly sear off our fish, small bit of oil, good hot pan. As I said, the mixture of the fish, smoked cauli, cod, salmon and prawns. The prawns I cut lengthways in half. Okay, so here we go. Now we're good. So into our tomato sauce then. I don't want to mush it too much because I want the fish to kind of keep that nice chunkiness throughout the lasagna. Now, I'm very happy with that. So we're going to layer the lasagna up next, okay? Now to layer the lasagna up, put a small bit of bechamel down the bottom. Now we put it into the oven. Now that's placed into an oven at 180 degrees for about 30 minutes. Now our lasagna is ready. It looks lovely. Be very careful. Oh, yum, 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 yum. Look at that. That looks scrumptious. Now we're going to let it rest there for about 10 minutes so the sauce now will absorb a bit more, and then we'll portion it up. Now I've let it cool a little bit and just run the knife in around the edges, and I have cut it through. So it's quite saucy, but I like my lasagna like that. So here we go, let's try, we'll get it up. Now I put another bit of sauce on it. You can see the fish is lovely and chunky still there in between the lasagna sheets. And plenty of sauce. So that's my fish lasagna, and I hope you enjoy.